Here, various factors affecting the selection of a particular model of a biogas plant that are first is a cost. The principal and maintenance cost of a biogas plants should be low as possible. Whatever we take for selection of a particular biogas plant, the cost, overall cost, maintenance cost, and what principle we are using for production also, it should be economical way. Okay, what they are saying is principal and maintenance cost of biogas plants should be as low as possible. Okay, both because to the user and to the society also. Next is a simplicity in design. They always the design biogas plant or whatever the plant design, it should be clear and it should be simple. Okay, the design should be simple not only for construction purpose but also for operation and maintenance. Okay, what they're saying is if design is clear and simple, so that construction people also it will be helpful, and for operation and maintenance also it will be helpful. Okay, this is an important consideration, especially in countries where the rate of literacy is low and the availability of skilled human resources is scarce. That is, what the literacy is low means technology or technical people. Okay, it will be low at that situations. If a simple design is there, then they can go with that design for construction of biogas plant. Next is a durability. Longer lifespan of biogas plants is essential in situations where people are yet to be motivated for the adoption of this technology. Longer lifespan, what we are constructing, if we are chosen the biogas plant plan or somewhat, it should be a longer lifespan. Okay, longer lifespan of biogas plant, it is an essential, because where people are yet to be motivated, people should motivate for the company. Okay, they should use the biogas plants whatever the output. Okay, so it should be motivated for the adoption of this technology, and the necessary skill and materials are not readily available. What they're saying is necessary skill and materials are not readily available. It is necessary to construct plants that are more durable, although this may require a higher initial investment. If we want longer lifespan means it will take somewhat more cost. Okay, initial stage it will take higher cost. That is what they are saying. If you want longer lifespan, then we should invest for that higher initial investment. And here, suitability for use with the available raw inputs. The design should be compatible with the type of inputs that would be used. Raw inputs, what we use for bioplants, if plant materials such as it may be a rice straw, maize straw, and agricultural waste and municipal waste, whatever the inputs for the biogas, okay, it should be suitable for that plant. The batch feeding design or discontinuous system should be used instead of design for continuous or semi-continuous feeding. Next is the inputs and outputs use frequency. Frequency of utilization of biogas and feedstock inputting in a biogas plants influence the selection of a particular design and the size of various components of biogas plants. How much we are feeding, how much input we are giving means for that input, how much the particular size of the equipment or particular components we require, for that size also we should know, and the particular design also we should select. Okay, and the working principle also we should think about that. Okay, That is what input and outputs use frequency of utilization, how we should use the component, and the particular size. We cannot use a small size for a big plant, okay, like that particular feeding size and a particular digester size and a particular depends upon the components, right? Depends upon the output also and input also. That is what they are saying. Okay, these are the 5 important points for selection. Okay, cost, simplicity in design, and durability and suitability for use with available raw inputs, and inputs and outputs use frequency. Suitability for use with availability raw inputs. If raw inputs is different, then according to that they go with that design and construction plant. Okay, biogas plant. Depending upon the inputs also, we should think about the design and construction of biogas plant. Okay, biogas plant feeds and their characteristics. Here, any biodegradable organic material can be used as an input for processing inside the biodigester. What they are saying is, any biodegradable organic material can be used for input for the biodigester. Okay, and here economic and technical reasons. However, for economic and technical reasons, some materials are more preferred as input than others. Some materials, okay, we prefer more input that. Okay, if we are if the inputs are costly or have to be purchased, then economic benefits of outputs such as gas and slurry will become low. If we are using, for example, if the inputs are costly, we need to purchase, no option, then the economic benefits of output what we get from that production outputs such as gas and slurry will become low. Economic value of biogas and its slurry and reduced environmental cost of biodegradable waste disposal in landfill are the 2 benefits of biogas energy. Economic value of biogas and its slurry and reduced environmental cost of biodegradable waste disposal in landfill. One thing is, we get the biogas output, and one thing is waste disposal. You can observe in outside, okay, waste disposal will be there. Due to that, many diseases will come. Okay, we cannot manage that. Okay, so if we use that for the output, that is we get the chemical output, and also we get methane, and also we get the we can use for electricity purpose, and also we can utilize for fertilizer purpose, right? Instead of waste disposal in some outside land, we can utilize that. One of the main attraction of biogas technology is its ability to generate biogas out of organic waste that are in abundance and freely available. You can observe, this is not a cost. Okay, people will throw, they not required all the waste they are collecting. Even it is look neatly in the outside places, and also it will be it will reduce the diseases, and it will reduce the global warming, and it will be helpful for production also. Okay, we can use that as a fuel for the energy production. Cattle dung is most commonly used as an input, mainly because of its availability. The potential gas production from some animal dung is given in the table, that is you can observe here table. Cattle, pig, poultry, human, these are the gas production per kg dung. Okay. In addition to that, the animal and human waste plant materials are also used to produce biogas and biomanure, that is utilized for agriculture purpose. Since different organic materials have different biochemical characteristics, their potential for gas production also varies. Different organic materials will have a different biochemical characteristics and different potential gas production also varies. Basic requirement for gas production for normal growth of methanogens are achieved by mixing two or more different organic materials and feeding to the biogas plants can be used together, provided that some are met. What we have discussed, right? Types of we have discussed types of biogas plants, that is fixed type and floating type. In that, we first to make a slurry, we mix the first water and cow dung, okay, and that is cattle dung. Sorry, cattle dung. We mix together cattle dung and water to form a slurry. Like that, many waste materials, many waste things. Okay, many organic materials, different organic materials are feeding to the biogas plants can be used together, provided that some are only met. Okay, all waste we cannot utilize. Okay, only some organic materials or some waste we can use that to get the output. Some characteristics of these organic input materials have significant impact on the level of gas production are described below. You can observe here. That is the relationship between the amount of carbon and nitrogen present in the organic materials is expressed in terms of carbon nitrogen ratio. If you observe the table, you will understand. You can observe here from this is the carbon and nitrogen ratio of few commonly used materials for the biogas plants. Okay, here duck dung. Okay, duck dung is here. You can observe the ratio is 8. Human excreta here 8. Chicken dung 10 and goat dung 12. Pig dung 18. Okay, different types of waste materials, raw materials which we use for the biogas plant as an input. Okay, cow dung, water, that is, and elephant dung, straw, that is straw, rice, maize, wheat, dust. Okay, sawdust. All these materials we give the input for the biogas plant. In order to bring the average ratio of the composite input to desirable level, materials with high CN ratio could be mixed with those of low CN ratio. In China, it is customary to load rice straw at the bottom of the digester, upon which that is waste is discharged as a means to balance carbon and nitrogen ratio. Here we have seen the table, right? Animal waste, particularly cattle dung, has an average carbon ratio of about 24. The plant materials such as straw, sawdust contain a higher percentage of carbon / nitrogen ratio, where the human excrete have a carbon ratio is low as 8. You have observed here carbon ratio is more. That means they use here this one. Okay. And another points we can say that you can observe here for very low carbon nitrogen ratio, that is nitrogen will be liberated and accumulated in the form of ammonia. What they are saying is, if it is very low carbon to nitrogen ratio, then nitrogen will be liberated and accumulated in the form of ammonia, which will increase the pH value of the content in the digester. Has that is a pH values higher than 8.5 will start showing toxic effect on the methanogens population. This is what they are saying is. And so here for organic materials with very high carbon ratio, the nitrogen will be consumed rapidly by methanogens for meeting their protein requirements, and leftover carbon content of the material will not have any reaction process. This will reduce the biogas production. If the ratio is increased, the biogas production will reduced. This will reduce the biogas production. If it is decreased for very low, carbon nitrogen will be liberated and accumulated in the form of, that is, ammonia, and it will increase the pH value of the content in the digester. And if pH values higher than 8.5, then it will start showing the toxic effect on methanogens. Next is the advantages. Clean fuel of high calorific value and has a convenient ignition temperature. No residue, no smoke and dust produced. No non-populating. Significant health benefits are achieved by the use of clean biogas. We have already discussed about the benefits of biogas, right? From that only we get the many advantages. It is no residue, smoke and dust produced, non-polluting, and economical benefits of biogas and high quality manure, provides nutrient rich nitrogen and protein manure for plants. It is a clean fuel of high calorific value, and it is a convenient ignition temperature. And what about limitations here? Initial cost of installation of the plant is very high, and inadequacy of organic raw materials and its continuity of supply. Social acceptability, because from that it may be smell like that, okay, because biogas plant means input all is waste, right? From that maybe people it may get smell. That's why biogas plant will be outside the cities like that, okay. Social acceptance is more important to install a plants, right? Social acceptability, maintenance and repair of biogas plants, okay. These are the limitations. What about uses? It is used as a domestic fuel and fuel for motive power, and it is used for electricity generation. Okay, this completes the biogas energy. In next class, we shall discuss with the tidal energy.